All right. Wow, that was actually quicker than I thought. That's a first. All right, so we are live. Let me get this tweet going, and let me.
I'll retweet it out.
Awesome. All right, let's see here. Of course, this is lagging. All right, there we go. Click this here. All right, cool. And let's see. Now we just have to wait for YouTube to catch up since there's a huge delay, which is always fun. Now, let me try this shot out. This shot. All right, that's good. Cool. Alrighty. And we'll just wait for the word from the chat so we know that we're live.
No worries.
Go here.
Dude, I see it. I see us live.
Oh, yep. It just went on my screen too. Perfect. There we go. And click here. All right. Just got to give my computer a second to catch up because I am out of sync. Always happens. All right. And right here. Okay, cool. This right. All right, so got the scores up. So basically what we do in the intro is I'll just say on this episode of Pimp My Setup, blah, blah, blah. And then I say the show starts, and then you could say now. That's how I do my little intro. And
cool.
Then after that, we'll do a cut because I edit this later on. And we'll just have it where I say, my name's Matt Philly. Check me out on Twitter at Matt Philly. And then you could say, obviously, you could plug, Techno Buffalo, all that stuff. Not that I'm really going to be getting you traction, but...
No, listen, man. I'm happy to get a chance to be here. I love what you do.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
This is really, really awesome. I really appreciate it. And I saw you just hit 900,000. That's insane.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while. Hopefully, we'll get to that million sometime soon.
Yeah. It's said that they don't do the what is it? The gold play button anymore. That's really upsetting.
That is kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, cool. So it looks like we're live. I don't know why my video is still a little laggy. Always happens, but it usually catches up in a second. All right. How's everybody in the chat doing? Make sure you guys go favorite and retweet our tweets about the show so we get some people in here. And okay, why is this? Do this. Okay, cool. All right, so we're just going to go with this, and I'll fix it in post because that's how I do things. All right, and here we go. I got my little card. All right. So, yeah, when I say the show starts, you just say now, and that's it.
You can do that.
All right. On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submit for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts
now.
Boom. Perfect.
Right. I can do that.
It's a lot of work, but you did it. You made it work. All right. And, okay. Now, double shot. And this is where we get the show on the road. So here we go. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 24, recorded live on February 28th, 2015. My name's Matt Philly. You can check me out on Twitter, at Matt Philly.
And I am Jon Rettinger. Check me out at Jon4Lakers.
There we go. Awesome. So quickly before we get into setups, a few things I want to let you guys know about. I'm still doing the giveaway for these headphones on swashin.tv/HM9 giveaway. Link will be below. Also, if you want to know when we're going to be live, text the keyword live to 94033 and you will get text alerts. And if you want to get something similar to that, you can let me know and I can hook you up with a little code. Thanks to our friends at textsignal.com. And the other thing I want to let you know about is setupaddicts.com. That is the place. That's our community. If you guys want to talk setups, that's where you're going to want to go. And yeah, so let's get right into setups. Let's make it happen. So this first setup right here is submitted by Kim, and let's see what Kim had to say. Surprisingly, Kim didn't actually tell us age or anything like that, like most people do, but Kim did give us specs. So if you guys want specs, you can head on over to pimpmysetup.com/Q, but we don't have anything to work off of. So I'm going to let you go right into it, John. What are your thoughts on this setup?
Yeah, so first, I love that chair. That was like the first thing
Yeah.
that I noticed about it. The next thing I noticed was them wires everywhere, and that the black at the desk couldn't hide it. But that aside, I appreciated the Star Wars theme that Kim had sort of going on throughout the desk.
Yeah, I like that the cables he tried to hide with I believe that would be like a fabric or something like that attached to the back of the desk, but it didn't work. I mean, at least mount it to underneath the desk and then it won't be that big of a problem. But what are your thoughts on the mismatching of the displays?
Yeah, so about those cables, yeah, and I agree. It's like a zit on prom day. You can do what you want to hide it, but everybody's going to know that it's there. The displays I thought looked great. I mean, BenQ gets kind of a bad rap, but I think they make great, great displays. He's got 3 of them, sort of 2 being the same. But that 3 setup is nice. But I'm wondering why that 3rd one's not powered on.
Yeah, I don't know if that's used for a console. Actually, is that a console in the far right of that display? Can't really tell.
It looks like a speaker. Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it's like very, very dark. But my main complaint with this setup is he had a theme going, and it's like not really existent though, because he has 2 things on the wall, and that's it.
Yeah, looking behind me, I'm not one to talk too much about white space and stuff and put stuff up behind. But certainly filling that up for something like this, would have been nice.
Yeah, especially since he started it. He's got the Star Wars poster, he's got all that, but he decided not to like keep going with it. And it's like very oddly placed, that one on the right. It's just kind of floating there.
Yeah, it looks like it needs a larger companion friend, or something on the desk too. Maybe some AT-AT figurines or something would have worked.
Yeah. So overall, I think it's nice. It's just you need like a headphone stand, stuff like that. You just kind of need to clear off that desktop. You're not obviously using the headphones in this photo, so why not have them displayed rather than just sitting there with the cable and whatnot?
I agree. One of these guys from Amazon for like $6, and
can't
things
beat
look
it.
way more organized.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, really, there's not much to say about that setup because it is so bare. But just a little bit of like, adding personality, cleaning up a little bit, and it would look amazing, especially with that chair.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
Yeah. Now this next setup is submitted by Robert, and let's see. Robert is Robert's 12. He's only 12 years old, and he really didn't say anything other than that. But it's nice to know the age, because would you believe that this is a 12-year-old setup?
Well, now I feel bad for my scores knowing that he's 12. No, I mean, listen, my setup when I was 12 like this, I would have been thrilled. I didn't even have a setup. I didn't have my own computer.
Yeah. Well, I think like the only thing is he has so much that it's actually like overkill for this desk. I mean, I know he may just be like showing off, but that MacBook Pro, I'm a little scared for it. It's like right on the edge. Yeah,
MacBook Pro on the edge. I do love the snowball that he's got right there. I mean, so I think it looks like he's got a lot of potential here. He's got the right equipment. But I can't fault him now for having a small desk. I mean, it's probably what his parents got for him.
True. Yeah.
I give him credit, actually. Now I wish I could go back and revise my score for knowing the age.
Yeah. Well, I think that his case looks insane. Like,
yeah, the case is badass.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Really, really like that. The only thing is, I don't know if that is, but it looks like an IKEA desk. Something you can get for literally $10 is the IKEA Signum. You put it right underneath the desk. All those cables will lay right there in that little tray, and it would look so different, the whole setup.
Yeah, that's what we had at our old office. I had that underneath, and it was awesome and perfect.
Yeah, I love that. And I really think that the wall colors look really, really awesome. I wish I could see further back, but I like that dark blue kind of grayish color. Really compliments it. Obviously, he doesn't have a lot of say in the wall color, but I think it goes well with that desk. So nice choice.
No, I think it looked nice. He's got a good setup. We get to usability. I had some issues there, but as far as what he's got and overall look and aesthetic, I think he's on the right track.
Yeah, definitely. You got to like figure out how you're gonna be able to use the MacBook and the computer at the same time without having any issues, because it does look a little cramped. But definitely he has a lot of stuff for 12, so that's nothing to complain about. So this next setup is submitted by Nate, and Nate is from the UK, but he doesn't give us his age. Come on, guys. If you submit your setup, it's always fun to know like how old they are, to put it into perspective. Because sometimes we'll have someone who's like 11 have an insane setup and it just blows our mind. And there's people that are like 30 and their setup looks, not as nice. So taking a look at this one, what are your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts were Nate was going for bulk. Nate was like, here's all of my things. Look at them. Look at all of my things. What I found kind of weird was the PS4 on the bottom with the 360 on top. You figured that'd be switch, put more attention on the PS4 than the last gen 360. But I do like that he goes back and forth with consoles. He's not doesn't have the allegiance to one. He's got his Xbox and the Vita and the PS4 right there. I do love the LED lights on his case. I wish for his sake he had a little more room to to put all his stuff out. For sure. But he's got a lot of goods.
Yeah, I hope that he was doing it just for the photo, like showing everything off. And he doesn't actually leave the things there. And he's like, he's got his hands over trying to touch the keyboard. But I think he's got too much going on. Even with those things not there, like the PS4 and Xbox 360, that just looks like a mess. He's got like the Razer mouse pad, everything. It just looks like a lot going on. And I mean, just you can tell by the floor with the cables and everything. It's just messy. It's a lot.
I did notice the clock at 3:11. I'm itching to know if that was just like this in the morning, just been up after a gaming session, or if that was just in the afternoon.
Yeah, something like that. That wouldn't surprise me. What are your thoughts though on the posters? Do you think that it's like a lot going on, or do you think that it's like a perfect amount of posters?
I mean, it just sort of matches everything he's got going on the desk. I would expect if the posters behind was like minimalistic and simple, it would have seemed weird. Yeah. So it matches the overall motif of the setup.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with that. I just think this setup, all it needs is a nice cleaning. Like take everything out, start fresh, clean it up, and make it work. Because right now it's a lot. It's a lot.
Agreed.
Yeah. So now this next setup, this one is like really interesting for a lot of reasons. It's submitted by Nathan, and he's 18 years old from California. And he went on a huge description. If you guys want to read it again, pimpmysetup.com/Q. But this is interesting because he's got his bed like as his chair. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, that would kill my back. I mean, I got a 30-year-old back, but if I was 18, I would think this is the most badass setup. Yeah. And it looks awesome. I love the colors on the bedspread with the blue and the red. And he's got the Pimp My Setup logo up there and everything. Yeah. This is a killer setup. It's clean. You can see what his interests are. You can see the organization. I think he did a great job. I'm not usually the biggest fan of putting the rigs up on the desk, but it works here, and it works here pretty well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm usually a little iffy about it, but he's got the space for it, so it's perfect. And I like what he did. I'm pretty sure that's almost exactly what I'm doing with the IKEA tabletops and the legs and everything. Kind of weird how the leg's like right in the middle of where you're gonna sit, so I don't know how far away that is, but you're on your bed, so I bet you really don't care. But I love the posters and stuff because they all look sort of like old, and they all come together really, really nicely. So and he's got some like, I think some John Green stuff up on the wall, which is pretty cool.
I agree.
Yeah, so I think
it just looks awesome.
Yeah, he's got a lot of storage too, which is key in the setups, and the headphones are hung up too.
Yeah, my issue was what was written up next to that Fault in Our Stars poster. I think you should have perhaps cleaned that off a little bit before this picture got submitted. That's definitely lost points for me.
Ooh, I can't even zoom in on that. I can't even see that. But good thing I'll be able to clean that up in the post. That's I don't know why that's on the wall. That's interesting. But yeah, so that kind of shows off his personality, I guess. So there should be points, but points deducted there. So yeah, now we're gonna go on to the next setup. This next setup I think is one of my favorites for multiple reasons, but it's submitted by Peter, and Peter is all the way from, I forget where he's from, but he actually didn't say, but I know he's from a pretty cool country, so I thought that this was cool to see this setup come together. But before we even look at the setup, what are your thoughts on the Coca-Cola bottle?
I mean, it looks pretty sweet. I mean, it's a nice. The wall angle, so it's kind of weird to put like a poster up there that's kind of angled back at you. So I think it totally works.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's like super 3D. It just looks insane. I really like it, but I love his white theme. The way it just goes through. It's really, really nice. My favorite part is he's using the same monitors as me, and those things are amazing. But I love how everything just comes together. It's super clean. I mean, you can't really deduct points for how clean things are unless you see something that doesn't look that clean.
What kind of monitors are those?
They are the AOC. They're 27-inch IPS. They're insane. They're really, really nice.
They look great. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not the biggest fan of LED lights behind the desk. I know a lot of people are doing that as their new thing. I just doesn't do anything for me other than like being a little bit of distraction. But my setup is where I work. It's my office, so like I think it would bother me working. Yeah. If I was just there a couple hours playing games and hanging out, it probably would look pretty cool.
Yeah. There's definitely a difference because if you're there for work, then you don't need the bright colors and stuff like that. But personally, I think that they look amazing, and here it definitely looks like a nice hangout. That TV looks amazing. I mean, the storage, everything just looks great. The shelves, I mean, I really don't have any complaints. I think it's super clean, and that's key.
Yeah, and really, really organized. I like the sound sticks that he's got there as well. Those always look cool.
Yeah, it's just a really nice setup. Now, this next setup is submitted by Jordan, and this one, this is interesting. Basically, Jordan is 12, so that's another 12-year-old right there, and he basically said that he doesn't know how to cable manage that well. He said he tried. I don't really see too much effort there. But hey man, Velcro ties, things like that, so easy. And even if we see the cables, as long as they're like, together and in one strand, it would look a lot better than like the nest of wires, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. If you sort of cover the wires, the setup looks nice, and he made a lot of good use of his space. But if you look down below, it's a mess. I mean, it even looks like what one of the previous entries did with like a covering the back might have helped with that.
Yeah,
quite a bit. But yeah, it's a rat's nest down there.
So overall, like you said, covering up the wires. What are your thoughts on the desktop?
Desktop looks cool. I mean, it looks nice. You have to have a mouse pad with a table like that. He's got a nice big mouse pad. We were seeing another one of the Yeti snowballs.
Yep.
He's got his webcam on top. It's a dual monitor setup as best he can get it on that. There's room for storage. I mean, it's nice looking except for the sort of mess of wires.
Yeah, and I just realized that huge strand of wires on the right side of the desk. I didn't even see that at first. That's that's interesting. I want to know what that goes to, honestly. It's kind of like a hidden mystery.
Yeah.
Probably a TV, I would assume, but
something's probably mounted up there.
Yeah, and I think that the furniture, everything like that goes really nice. The storage, so it's like you have everything you need. I think it really just comes down to the cables that kind of kill it.
But, yeah, no, I absolutely agree with.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go on to this setup. This one's probably this is a lot of stuff going on here. And it's let's see here. Let me pull this up. It's submitted by, I know I'm gonna say his name wrong. Asar, something like that. Don't quote me on that. But he's 23. He lives in Washington. And yeah, he just loves black and red, the superhero theme, DC Comics, Batman, all that stuff, which, I mean, you walk into this room, you know that. You don't need to know anything about this guy, and you know what he's into. He's into the shoes on the left side. He's into the black and red theme. He loves comics, stuff like that. And I think that's obviously a dead giveaway, right?
Dude, look at those kicks. Yeah, this setup looks absolutely awesome. I love the case of his rig. I love how he's got everything set up with his PS4 games, and he's got his MacBook Pro set up there, the shoes on the left, a small desk, but he made a great use of space. He's got his hats up there. I wager he's a Bulls fan. It's probably where that red and black came from by the Jordan and Bull stuff he's got there. Yeah. This setup looked absolutely awesome. I want to go here and film my videos. This looks so good.
Yeah, like everything, and I kind of have like OCD, so looking at those posters and stuff behind the displays, it's so perfect. And speaking of filming videos, like you could sit right in front of those three monitors, and that background would be insane.
It would be gorgeous. He did an incredible job here. I mean, into the poster on the wall and the plane on the ceiling. I mean, everything looks like he spent so much time trying to get it organized, even down to the phone case. I think he's got it's like a BlackBerry passport or something on that desk. I mean, things just look really good.
Yeah, I mean, that case is like insane. I'm pretty sure he has a skin on his PS4 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything. Like, you want to talk about consistency? This is consistent. This is like everything you want in a setup is right here, and it looks clean. That's what I love.
Yeah.
You know, he could honestly have this whole setup and we wouldn't like it as much if there were cables all over the place, because it kind of kills the whole, you know, the presentation. But I think he literally knocked it out of the park. And what are your thoughts at the night shot with all those LEDs?
I actually like it. I think it works here. It works with the theme. Like I said, I'm not the biggest LED fan, but
Yeah.
this just looks great.
I feel bad because I can't critique it, but the only way I could critique it is if I like nitpick and bring in my own like opinions, in the sense that like I don't like shoes that much, get rid of the shoes. But I could care less about shoes, and I think that looks awesome, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking at that, I'm like, man, I should start collecting shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing comes together really, really, really nicely. And yeah, I mean, do you have anything else you want to say about that setup?
This guy, he nailed it. It looks so good. I'm sorry. I got nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, it just looks great.
Yeah, it definitely does. But now is the part of the show where we go over all of the scores. Let's do it. Yeah, so the top two, they obviously get a chance to be in the Pimp My Setup Hall of Fame. So taking a look here, first setup was submitted by Kim. Kim got a 43. Robert got a 30. Nat got
but now I feel bad for my scores now, knowing the age.
But see, you can't let that be a factor. That's the thing.
I know.
Then Nat got a 37. Nathan got a 72. Peter got an 83. Jordan got a 46, and Asar got an 85. So there we go. Obviously, Asar and Peter are the winners of this episode. So that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of setups. Personality, it changes depending on who you are. So everyone has, you know, different options. I think that's weird that you don't like LEDs that much. I think you're going to cause a huge blow up in the comment section.
You know, it might. It just never did it for me. I'm a traditionalist. I don't like LED lights behind my TV. I don't like them behind my monitor.
Wow.
You know, it's just they look great on camera, and I get it, but for actually being able to work, it's just a distraction for me.
Yeah. So there we go. Thanks so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Dude, absolutely. Thank you for having me, man. I'm going to make sure I check out the rest of the episodes of the shows, and I hope my audience does the same. This is great.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time. Catch you on the flippity flop.
Bye, guys.
Boom. There we go. Some people are wondering why it was a short one. It's because I'm surprised how fast we got that done, but we didn't even drag it out. Like, I don't think I would have been able to drag this episode out. But yeah, John's sort of on a schedule, you know, since he has a job and does things for a living.
I apologize. I'm the jerk on the schedule. We got Mobile World Congress coming up on stuff starting on Sunday, so we're just prepping for it. But I want to make sure I got a time to do the show because I love it. Yeah, I appreciate that. It means a lot just having you on, regardless. So yeah, I mean, if you're ready to go now, I mean, it's all good. The show's done. We're all set. Dude, I appreciate you having me on. Hopefully next time I can spend a little more time and go a little more detail with all the setups. That would be awesome. Thanks again, man. My pleasure, man. Have a good one. See ya. Boom. So there we go, guys. I know that was a quick one. I do apologize, and I am still out of sync. So I'm happy it was a short one because now I could go and fix how I'm out of sync. So it's kind of like a lot of craziness right now. And yeah, someone just said you're out of sync. No, really? I couldn't tell. Do you guys want to do a hangout or something? Should I go live? Sorry, just typing. But yeah, so if you guys want to do, I'll go live here. I'm gonna go live from Google Hangouts. That way I won't be out of sync. So there we go. Get ready. I will tweet the link in a second. Peace.